until my dying day. Oh, baby, it's been so nice. We've been lying here, lost in love. Oh, what is power? The definitions of power are various and conflicted. This is due mainly to the multifarious nature of power itself, rather than due to its unreality or ephemeral spirit. Few, if any of us, doubt the reality of power and the tangible effects its applications engenders. Our confusion as to its exact definition more likely flows from the fact that power, depending on context and circumstances, assumes ubiquitous shapes and forms, varying degrees of transparency and visibility. Power is a chameleon. It takes on the textures of its environment. It is not our purpose here to untangle the web of power definitions. It is not necessary for us to do so. However, a review of a number of definitions and of several forms of power will provide an intuitive understanding of its essential meaning, which is all that is necessary for our mission. Power comes with being, with interactive existence, with being alive. It is the essence of life and the motive force of growth and development, and of the adaptability of living things to environmental changes and demands. Power refers to the ability to do, the ability to be, the ability to prevail. Beingness and aliveness originate with power. To be powerless is to be willless, impotent and lifeless, without effect or influence, to be nothing, of no account. Thus we concur with Rollo May when he contends that power is essential for all living things. Man, in particular, cast on this barren crust of earth eons ago with the hope and the requirement that he survive, finds he must use his powers and confront opposing forces at every point in his struggle with the earth and with his fellows. Damn. The unimpeded intentionality of living systems, including especially human beings, is self-realization and self-actualization. The fulfillment of genetic potential or possibilities. This unintentionally must be empowered to be realized. Thus, to paraphrase Friedrich Nietzsche, wherever we find the will to live, there will be the will to power. Power is essential to our existence and the most influential factor in determining our quality of life. As Wartenberg contends, power is one of the essential phenomena of human social life. And as Parenti argues, all sorts of interpersonal relationships can be seen as involving, including between lovers or between parent and child, power. There is no escaping its presence in some form. There is no escaping its use by others to influence in some form our person, our minds and behaviors, and of our own use of its influence, the person's influence, our own use of it to influence the persons, minds, and behaviors of others. We deny the ubiquity of power to our peril. It does not vanish from reality or lose its influence by our refusal to acknowledge its existence. Therefore, we are behooved to recognize its permanent reality and make the best of it, control it, and use it to good purpose. Power in and of Power in and of itself can be both a detrimental and beneficial aspect of social relationships, and can be made to play the negative as well as the positive role. In the constitution of human social life, power can be utilized to achieve personal, social, political, and material ends if it is appropriately developed, organized, and applied. The question of whether power is beneficial or harmful can only be answered in regard to specific use to which it puts in a particular situation. Many in our audience will find this discussion of power disturbing or diseasing, having been victimized by the abuse and misuse of power, often crushed by the power that be, the reader who identifies himself as the powerless or as a member of a relatively powerless group. An African American will be the example. An African American will be the more perturbed by our discussion. The oppressed and downtrodden, having been traumatized by the abuse of power by their powerful oppressors, often come to perceive power itself as inherently evil and by nature corrupting, and therefore as something to be eschewed, denied, and renounced. That's interesting. So if you poor, you look at power like yo man, like F power. So if somebody's strong, that automatically means I'm weak. So I hate them. That's a poverty-minded mindset. That's bananas. That's dope.